I want to preface this video by stating that I love Destiny 2. It is my favorite video game of all time, and I want to see it succeed. This video is merely my point of view on the downfall of one of the most unique games in all of history, and I want to make it not to nitpick and whine, but to look back on it in the future, and hopefully see what we came back from. This is the downfall of Destiny 2. For me, the downfall of Destiny 2 started on February 28, 2023, with the launch of Lifefall. Lifefall was the penultimate expansion in the Light and Darkness saga, and was incredibly hyped up since we just got off of Witch Queen, one of the best received expansions of all time. So, Lifefall launches, and how does it do? Poorly, to say the least. Though it launches the highest concurrent Steam player count of all time, the story is bland and full of holes. The two new characters introduced are boring and forgettable. The process to fully unlock Strand, the new subclass, is tedious. The new raid, Root of Nightmares, is super easy and is cleared on contest mode in less than 2.5 hours. And some of the players don't like the new destination, Neomuna, since it feels empty and lifeless. The story concludes when the Witness, the main villain of the Light and Darkness saga, goes into the Traveler through a portal, and we are unable to pursue it. As the first 2 seasons of Lifefall come to a close, the player numbers start to dwindle. One new piece of endgame content is added in the Ghost of the Deep dungeon, but right now, the season just lacks replayability and weapon incentive. All we can hope for now is that the final shape reveal on August 22nd will bring something amazing for us to look forward to. So, the final shape showcase stream goes live on August 22nd. And how is it? It's alright. Don't get me wrong, the new Subjugator enemy, the 3 new supers, and the new destination, the Pale Heart, all look really cool. But for being the final expansion in the Light and Darkness saga, we kind of expected more. Fans are happy, but not satisfied. A heartbreaking statement has just been issued by Bungie. 100 employees have just been laid off, including the incredible composer Michael Salvatore. The layoffs were attributed to Lifefall's recent underperformance, and the community is shattered to learn that so many developers and team members were let go. It is announced that the final shape will be delayed to June 4th of 2024, and that a smaller content drop called Into the Light will release in April of 2024 to carry us into the final shape. Fans are shocked, and some are questioning if Destiny will survive with a massive layoff like this, but all that they can do is hope. April is fast approaching, and as it is, we are getting weekly developer live streams showcasing what is to come in Into the Light, and it is looking fantastic. A new Horde defense mode called Onslaught is dropping, along with 12 fan-favorite weapons that are returning, and 2 fan-favorite exotic missions. We are getting a map pack for PvP that contains 3 completely new maps, and later on, we are getting a raid boss gauntlet called Pantheon. Everything that is coming out is looking awesome, and the best part? All of this is absolutely free. Fans are super excited to hop into all of this, and all we have to do is wait for April 9th. Into the Light launches on April 9th, and it is a smashing success. The loot feels incredible, the new activity Onslaught is super fun to play, and later on, the new PvP maps feel excellent, and Pantheon is really challenging, but really fun and rewarding. The game is in an absolutely fantastic state, and the fact that this is all free just puts the cherry on top. On the same day that Into the Light launches, a new developer stream goes live, showcasing the new prismatic subclass, where you can mix and match elements from the other subclasses. Exotic class items are also making a return, where you can choose different perks from other armor. The new enemy faction called the Dread are also revealed, and they look intimidating and tough to deal with. Overall, everything that's coming in the final shape looks awesome, and fans can't wait to get their hands on it on June 4th. Final shape releases, and despite major server issues on day 1, it is a massive success. The new subclass and destination feel fresh and exciting. The story has been taken to a whole nother level as we get to deeply explore the stories of some of the main characters. Cade 6 has returned on an Ahamkara Wish Crow made with Riven, and the new enemies, the Dread, are a fresh, challenging addition to the game. At the end of the campaign, we weaken the Witness, and it retreats into its monolith, waiting for a fire team to storm it. Only 3 days after the expansion launches, the new raid, Salvation's Edge, releases, and it is a polished masterpiece. The world's first contest clear takes 19 hours, and the final campaign mission after the raid is completed provides an epic and cinematic end to the Light and Darkness saga. The game is in a fantastic state right now, and the new raid just added on to a fantastic expansion of content. The date is July 31st, 2024, almost 2 months after Final Shape's fantastic release. However, a devastating announcement has just been made by Bungie. Over 200 employees have been laid off, more than double the amount of last year's layoffs. The CEO of Bungie, Pete Parsons, has made a public statement calling this decision very hard, but it is uncovered by the community that he had spent over $2 million on classic cars since Bungie was acquired by Sony in 2022. The community is extremely upset, and now players don't really know how to move on knowing what Bungie has done to their company. As episode Echoes comes to a close, everyone is looking forward to the new episode Revenant, which launches on October 8th. 3 days after that, the new dungeon, Vesper's Host, comes out, and it has contest mode enabled in the first 48 hours. Basically, everybody loves this dungeon, and the loot incentive is great. However, players are encountering an issue. Certain perk combinations seem to roll more often than others, and so an internal investigation is done by Bungie, and it is proven that yes, indeed, there was a bug in the code that favored certain perk combinations over others. Fans are outraged as this could have been in the game for years and they'd have no idea. Act 2 of Revenant launches on November 19th. And with it, the new activity Tomb of Elders, which is a refresh on the old activity from Destiny 1, Challenge of Elders, releases. It's a fun activity, but unfortunately, the loot just isn't worth grinding for. On December 10th, the Dawning returns, and it returns a buggy mess. The main questline keeps repeating back to step 1, and they added a new cookie ingredient called Dark Frosting, but the icon for it is literally a placeholder image. Fans are getting tired of these boring, monotonous holiday events. And on December 19th, the Steam concurrent player count dips to 12,379 players, setting an all-time low for the franchise. The game's future is very uncertain, and with barely any new news on future content for the game, many players are taking breaks, or just straight up leaving Destiny. We make games we want to play. That is Bungie's motto, and unfortunately, it is going to take a lot to follow through on that. Pains me to say it, but this is the bleakest state I've ever seen Destiny in. If you are a current Bungie dev, we believe in you. We hope that you will deliver something beautiful for us. I want to end this video by saying thank you, not only to the people watching, but to anyone who has ever or will ever work on Destiny. You have helped make a masterpiece.